Good morning. It's October 27th, and that means two things. If you really want to achieve the efficiency and effectiveness as an AI LLM in your own work life, you should just sit in the corner and consume as much water as a golf course every single day. And it's time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone Technologies and their exit signs and emergency units. These come in white, they come in black, they come in square, they come in round, they come in red, they come in green, and they come with combo packs, they come with power supplies, they come with a Keystone guarantee for performance. That is light made easy. That is the link in the description. Let's get into the news. Del Vero has declared bankruptcy. The manufacturer has entered into Canadian bankruptcy proceedings with $823 million in debts declared. Fight has bought Cree Lighting's residential brand. Cree Lighting home lamps are now adding a brand of Fight Electric to the packaging. Cree Lighting is extending their furlough. The reopening moved from today till November 17th. Nailed's podcasts, that is to say this one, the Lighting Industry News Brief, Restoring Darkness, Get a Grip on Lighting, and the Lighting Controls podcast, have hit a bit of a milestone. For the first time in 4 years, all 4 shows are on the international Apple charts at the same time. That's just a bit of trivia that I shared in the group chat, and I had to turn that into a press release. Lumefficient Lighting has completed its sale. An individual investor at Nobel Venture Partners has bought the entire design firm for an entirely undisclosed amount. On the tariff tracker, US and Australia have signed a new mining agreement. Mexico and Canada have signed a new bilateral trade agreement. Canada has begun exempting the US and Chinese aluminum and steel from certain tariffs. The U.S. abruptly ended trade talks with Canada over an ad featuring Ronald Reagan that ran on TV, including the World Series. That ad was paid for by the province of Ontario, not the government of Canada federally. The U.S. has also raised tariffs on Canada by 10%, probably because the ad was on during the World Series. Ontario has since pulled that ad from future World Series games, but British Columbia is starting their own new ad campaign, mostly about softwood lumber. The Chinese economy has slowed by 4.8% in the past month. Q3 at Signify shows sales have fallen by 8.4%. EcoVadis has offered platinum status to Signify. That's part of their ongoing sustainability recognition program. Signify also consolidating their business in the EU, with their Belgian facility ending operations before the end of the year and moving some of that work to Poland. DLL, a vendor finance company, has partnered with Signify. Signify has done yet another week of share buybacks, with 222,302 shares bought at 22.97 euros per share on average. In news that is not about Signify, Methode is offering a dividend to all shareholders. That's at $0.05 per share. Q3 at Rexel shows sales are up 3%. Schneider Electric has a new distro center in Halton Hills, Ontario. Williams-Sonoma has opened a new store for their lighting brand in Salt Lake City, the first in Utah. That's one of their, 13th stores for the Rejuvenation brand. That'll officially open on November 13th. Ledvance has secured a new unmetered user group codes, which means that new street lighting has a new energy use tool at their disposal. Orion is extending their deal with Home Depot with a multi-year deal secured. In rep agency updates, Lighthouse Design Studio has created a new rep and dealer network. Kasambi has partnered with Thea Enterprises in NYC, and ABB has picked CC Pierce for Western New York State and New England. In events and webinars, this week you can go to the Hong Kong International Lighting Fair, Autumn Edition, which is partnered with the Hong Kong International Outdoor and Tech Light Expo. Those two events overlap, but you can attend from today until the 31st. NEMRA and IES has launched their new curriculum officially. Sign up right now. In legal news, B&K Lighting has moved into settlement mode with their workers. They are offering $2.25 million to settle the employee stock ownership complaint. In IoT news, last week, Amazon Web Services brackets US 1 went offline, which took about 35% of the entire internet with it. Smart beds, smart toilets, smart cameras, NFT and exchanges, all of those, they were just busted for the day. TogLED has expanded into LoRaWAN, which is to say their sensor range is expanding as well. The oligarch class wants AI homes, which is to say that anyone spending $15 million on a house wants the smartest possible house. We have a new metric for smart street lighting. This is a Hungarian study finding new rules for connected streetlights. In research and development, infrared and near-infrared boost your dopamine. This is a multidisciplinary team of scientists in Hefei, and they have found a link between looking at and feeling infrared and near-infrared light, so warmth, firelight, candlelight, and feeling good. There's probably going to be a lot of uses for that going forward. UCLA has built a stretchy OLED. This is a polymer device that bends and stretches and twists and turns and still emits light. Blue light has some uses in psychiatric therapy. Specifically, under clinical settings, you can reduce lipid inflammation, which is good for a number of ailments, actually. We have new strategies for sustainable lighting in beach resorts. Researchers are happy to help the tourist industry save more on energy. And we have a new tin oxide-based infrared LED that kills skin cells. Cancer skin cells. Skin cell cancer. Melanomas. I'm sorry. This is a new therapeutic technique that is going through the research process, and we will see if that helps a lot of people or not. On the dark side of things, circadian disruption has been linked with neurodegenerative diseases yet again. We have a cohort study linking Allen with cardiovascular disease. We have eating habits linked to seasonal rhythms, which are linked to circadian rhythms. Naps are good for you, just so you know. Night shifts are bad not just for working women, but their children. We have a new method for assessing sleep and circadian rhythms in cardiovascular research. We have a non-invasive alternative to post-operative ganglion blocks. The Light and Health Research Center is seeking input from tow truckers on lighting and safety in how they do their work. We have a new petition for LED headlight regulation in the US. Astronomers have opened a formal protest openly and loudly about a proposed plan to launch orbital mirrors, 4,000 of them, into low orbit for reasons that seem bad, actually. The lack of light harms puberty in rats, especially if you keep them in the dark all day long. Allen is boosting mosquito activity internationally. We have a new survey for outdoor lighting pros and how light pollution regs are affecting their work. The European Space Agency has announced a new Space Environment Health Index, specifically about how much junk there is up there from low-orbit objects. Georgia counties have passed light and noise rules for data centers. Let's see how those go ahead. The Department of Homeland Security has waived procurement rules on 2,000 miles of border infrastructure, which they plan on adding stadium-grade lighting to, including a new project that will create a wall, not a wall like all the other walls. It's not technically architecturally a wall, but they will be creating a wall on the Rio Grande River, mostly out of lighting. UK bat advocates are calling out a planning bill that would probably harm bats. The Artis Zoo in Amsterdam is the EU's first urban night sky place. Basingstoke UK schools are installing bat-friendly lighting. We have a stargazing party going ahead in Lewisburg, West Virginia this week. Easton, Pennsylvania is debating darkness ordinances. Cochise, Arizona is approving new lodgings despite the fact that their lighting isn't in compliance with the rest of the county. Tahang Conservation Area charts light pollution from nearby cities. Pennsylvania streetlight changes dropped crime in some neighborhoods. Crime stats are always complicated, though. Lawrence, Missouri, Bird Alliance is opposing a new development in the Baker Wetlands. Horticulturally, ComEd is showing off new container farms in Colorado. We have a new study in night lighting in seasonal rhythms of raspberries and how long you can leave lights on and not harm the berries overall. Edible Garden has partnered with Associated Supermarkets in Brooklyn and Brooklyn Harvest Market. Those are two bougie, I'm going to say it, they're bougie grocery chains. We have new vertical farm systems going ahead from the University of San Luis Potosi. In recommended reading, these links and more are on nailed.org and other places, but read them at nailed.org. We have a new analysis of the rare earths restrictions from China and how that interacts with lighting. We have LED rebates after fluorescent bans and why they keep happening. How daylight saving time divides us. That's really what's dividing us right now. Engineering students on energy right now. We have smart doorbells. Are they the new peephole? This article was published the day after the AWS outage. I'm sure that was pre-scheduled, but that's just unfortunate timing, I'm afraid. We have lighting for harm reduction, the costs of compromise in lighting design. We have the discussion of blue light at night against social ills. We have data centers keep spiking energy bills for people that don't own those data centers. And can we do something about it? We have a recap of NY Controlled. We have the value of darkness through time. We have personal responsibility for Firefly extinction, which, I'm sorry, I watched that show. It was on the air. It wasn't extinct by my fault. Wait, I think they're talking about the actual bugs. Still not your fault. That you don't affect policy on a level that really affects Fireflies, whether that is the bugs or the TV show. A call from an Architectural Digest saying that bars just need dim lighting. They really do. We have a discussion of multi-sensory friendly lighting in commercial spaces. And we have a few case studies, a revamp of the Tyler County Coliseum, a DC-powered house, that's right, the whole house, a shopping center in Romania going LED, Washington State's School for the Blind's tunable lighting, and a case study of La Péche Town Hall in Quebec. In local news, we have $579 million in projects approved by the Georgia DOT. We have $30 million to upgrade Amtrak stations in North Dakota. LA City Council has passed a bounty program for metal thefts. Cowichan, BC Forest Discovery Center has been struck by thieves who have stolen both their decorative lights and their extension cords. Uptown Charlotte, North Carolina is planning new safety projects, including more lighting. In Rowlett, Texas, they have installed the longest stretch of solar street lighting on a state highway. Six Nations of the Grand River, Ontario has approved new projects for infrastructure. Rochester, New York is adding lighting to alleyways. Gananoque, Ontario is planning upgrades to the marina. Paulding, Ohio schools are planning new lighting projects. Cartersville, Georgia has determined its most dangerous intersections and what that means for how they can fix them. Great Falls, Montana has given up on safety for pedestrians and are just adding reflective tape to their children. Springfield, Massachusetts is relighting their historic clock after 30 years. Prentice, Mississippi is adding new lights to their parks. Newton City, Iowa has approved new lighting for their tennis courts. Woburn, Massachusetts is approving sports lighting, or is dealing with sports lighting that was knocked over by a nor'easter. A nor'easter is an ocean-going storm that has the strength of a tropical storm, but forms above the 33rd parallel. I had to look that up, so now you know that too. In Columbia, South Carolina, there are new plans for efficiency in historic homes. Snohomish, Washington is adding lighting to their Little League fields. Wichita Falls in Texas is adding lighting to their BMX course. And we have major renovations for a community center in Bobcaygeon, Ontario. Internationally, a lighting project invoice, a false lighting project invoice, was used to fish the entire UK Defence Ministry. Women are lighting up Newbury, UK for safer cycling at night. Cameroon is installing more solar off-grid systems. Poland is ditching daylight saving time because they're united. Not like us. Ayodhya has set the record for Diwali lamps with 2.6 million lamps this year. And the lighting control standard is finally available in Japanese, if you read it. In sports news, on the 22nd, the Canadiens Flames game was delayed by 10 minutes due to Saddle Dome lighting failures. In Bahrain, their international circuit has partnered with Musco to launch the Musco Young Driver Development Program to encourage young drivers to get into go-karting competitively so that might turn into adults in other fields of race sports, motorsports. And just in time for Halloween, Govey has doubled down on their promo partnership with the Miami Dolphins. In People News, Andy Miles has joined A&P Lighting. We have a new business development team at Southwire. Rick Hurst has been named the VP of Connected Lighting at Satco. Led Vance has picked Scott Buckley as their head of marketing. Kevin Ruzicka has been named the VP of Sales Marketing and Professional Development at Shatter Shield. We have 2 new inside sales team members at... Where the hell is this? I'm very sorry. At Max Light. That's where they're at. Very quick update to that story going ahead. Border States is staffing up. Ted Mag's 30 Under 30 have been named. And Pennsylvania State Rep Chris Pielli has won the Environmental Leadership Award related to his work in light pollution reduction. In things that I just thought were weird or cool, we have how to film at the speed of light, a Slacko-lantern, which is to say a jack-o'-lantern that lights up when you have a Slack notification. We have a solar oven that works on cloudy days, a Minecraft-styled lighting you can make yourself. We can blink an LED with a single transistor. We have building lasers for pseudo-holograms. We have an LED desk that simulates bee activity. We have how to build small radio astronomy gear for not too much money. How to make a balloon into an LED globe in the style of the Las Vegas Sphere. And recording artist 50 Cent has a new cognac that costs $25,000. But don't you worry, the box it comes in has lights on it. I've been Scott Wachter. I want to thank you for your time, your attention, your ratings, your reviews, visits, all of our sponsors. Visit Nailed. I will see you next week. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the music.
Next. What's next? Next. What's next? What would you do if the sun don't rise and the moon don't shine anymore? What would you do if the river ceased, if the ocean moved no more? Look at the fear in the children's faces. What do we do with the cold and poor? Just lay down and die. Kiss your ass goodbye. What's next? What's next? Next. What's next? What would you do if the birds won't sing and the sound of spring happen no more? Won't be dancing in the streets no more. Close your blinds and you lock your door. Just lay down and die. Kiss your ass goodbye. What's next? What's next?